Hey everyone, it's DC Turner here with Navigating Denver. So I have some big news today, and rather than just posting an announcement somewhere and calling it good, I wanted to do it properly, on camera, where you can see my face. So here it is, I am officially stepping out as an independent broker. Same focus on the Denver metro real estate, same approach, same person, new chapter. But before I get into why and what, let me tell you a little bit about how I got here. Because the path from where I started to here in front of you, let's say it's not a straight line. So I was born in Farmington, New Mexico. Small town, desert, lots of green chili. So I first moved to Denver in 2001 and I started taking classes at the community college. After a couple of years, I was ready to move on to a university, but Colorado wouldn't give me in-state tuition because my parents were still back in New Mexico. The law here is that residency is dependent upon your parents until the age of 25. So at the end of 2003, I made the decision that surprised a lot of my friends and family. I joined the Army. So I was trained as 91 Alpha. That's a medical equipment repairer. So yes, my job in the United States Army was more or less fixing things in hospitals. Glamorous? Nah, not exactly. Useful? Extremely. So I came back to Denver in early 2005, settled in, unpacked my bags, and less than a year later, Uncle Sam calls, says, pack everything up because you're leaving the country next week. So I spent a year in Germany on Iraq orders. You know, had some great beer, some great food, and I highly recommend a trip, just maybe with some more notice next time. After the Army, I built a career as a biomedical equipment technician. So it's basically the same job I did in the Army, just this time as a civilian. So over the years, I've repaired and maintained just about any piece of medical equipment you can think of. This includes extremely complex equipment such as chemistry analyzers or hemostasis analyzers. You know, the kind of high-end laboratory equipment that, if it breaks, people have a very bad day. I'm also licensed in the state of Colorado to service x-ray equipment, which I mentioned not to brag, but because it's genuinely a strange sentence to say out loud. So, how does a biomed tech end up in real estate? The honest answer is, I've always been wired to fix things, diagnose what is broken, understand the system, find the solution. Turns out, a lot of that translates surprisingly well to real estate transaction. You know, it's just a different type of equipment and a lot more emotions involved. But I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. So I started my real estate career in the Dallas area, and that's where I learned the business. I built and ran my own brokerage. I had agents and employees on my team. And at the peak, we were selling around 100 homes a year. You know, that's not a hobby number, that is a serious business in real estate. And I have the gray hairs to prove it. So in 2024, my family and I relocated back here to Denver. And when you move a successful business across state lines, you have a choice. You can either start completely from scratch and grind, or you can join an existing business and rebuild on a faster runway. So I chose the team route. I tried a couple, and at the end of the day, none of them were the right fit. And for reasons I will not get into because I'm professional. So most recently, I was with the Jason Mitchell Group, or JMG, and I'm generally grateful for the platform and the relationships built there. You know, no drama, no shade, just a step in the journey. But the entire time I was on those teams, I was building Navigating Denver in the background. The website, the YouTube channel, hundreds of neighborhood guides, content library that you're watching right now, and eventually you reach a point where the thing that you have been building on the side has outgrown the thing that you joined for the runway. So here we are. So going independent lets me run this business the way I think it should be run. Direct accountability, no layers between me and the people I work with, flexibility on commissions when it makes sense, and the ability to put every dollar of investment back into serving Denver buyers and sellers instead of into systems that other companies want you to use. It is also honestly just a return to form. I've done this before in Dallas and I know what it takes. The version of me that ran a brokerage with 100 deals a year is the same version of me building Navigating Denver from here forward. So, what changes for you, the person watching this, that's maybe thinking about buying or selling? And the honest answer is, not much that matters. It's the same direct approach, same education-first content, same phone number, 720-800-7520. It's also the same email, the same website, and the same person picking up when you call. What changes is the brand on the paperwork. You will see Navigating Denver on the sign in the yard, on the listing, on the email signature, and everywhere else. That's the whole point. The brand I have been building is now the brand I operate under. So if you're a past client or a current client or someone who has been following along, I appreciate you and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just flying under my own flag now. A few last things. Outside of real estate, I'm a husband, a dad of 2, a lifelong Broncos fan, even in seasons that test our character. And yes, more recently, a Nuggets season ticket holder. I spend weekends in the mountains when I can, and I like to hunt down hidden gem restaurants when I cannot. And, as I established earlier, I will travel a reasonable distance for a properly made green chili. And if any of this sounds like your kind of person you'd like to work with, I would love a chance. So find me at www.navigatingdenver.com. Reach out anytime, call, text, email, hit subscribe if you haven't already, because the next chapter of content is coming fast. Thanks for being part of the journey, and I'll see you in the next one.